Hello and welcome to the latest PSP video. So this time we're going to be having a look at my top 5 PlayStation Portable beat 'em ups, and this is playing on my Android S10 Plus using the iPega Red Knight controller. And these are my top 5 beat 'em up games, and these are being emulated on the S10 via the PPSSPP emulator, which is the king of all PlayStation Portable emulators. So this first beat 'em up that we're going to have a look at is the first of 2 Tekken games, because they're both fantastic. This is Tekken Dark Resurrection. I found this one quite difficult, and I have actually got this on quite a high difficulty setting. But what we're looking at here is just how well it is emulated, and as you can see, the frame rate is fantastic. The quality of the graphics is also superb. I have to say, it's superb. Oh, look at that! I just got beaten up there. Absolutely fantastic little game, this one, and it does come recommended, and is definitely in my top 5 of PSP beat 'em ups. Should we have another quick go? Let's see if I can choose a different character. This is one of those weird cases where you're fighting against the same character, but I thought it was worth it just to have another quick look, because we're in a different scene here. Got a couple of different characters, and it is so good. It is so good. I think you're going to love this one. One thing to remember with these Tekken games, and in fact all these fighting games, is that the actual file sizes are quite large, usually between 700 and a gigabyte a pop. So do bear that in mind. Thankfully, I mean, these S10s, I think the minimum internal memory is 128, but you can get them up to a terabyte, which is absolutely mental. And you can also pop in a memory card as well to expand these even further. So if you are having trouble storing your ROMs, just whack them onto a micro SD card, and that will sort your problem out. But anyway, that's the first fighter we're going to look at today, which is Tekken Dark Resurrection. So this is Guilty Gear Judgement. Here we go. Yes. Let's rock. And as per usual with these, you just need to get the hang of the controls, and we'll be rocking. Yes, there we go. So this is using the sideways scrolling Street Fighter style of beat 'em ups, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. I've been having a lot of fun with these on a lot of the open bore Street Fighter clones. Not one more to kill off. And as you can see, this is pretty straightforward. You've got your health bar at the top, and you just work your way along. Cool stuff. And this one's called Guilty Gear Judgement, and is a classic of its type, and there's not many like this on the PSP. So if you are after something a little bit different, this is a real good version of the Street Fighter style beat 'em ups. So this one is SNK Arcade Classics, and the reason I picked this one out is because it's got a couple of cool fighting games on it, but the one that we're looking for is the King of Fighters 94. So we'll play a little game of this. This is one of those classic games which I do absolutely love. Okay, so it looks like we're battling in China for this one. As I said, this was a classic SNK, and it was released on the Neo Geo back in the day. And the reason this is worth having on your PSP is because it comes with 10 other classic SNK titles, including some other fighters. So if you are into fighters, this is maybe one that you might have overlooked, because it's not obvious that this even exists, but it does. Okay, so you get 3 people in your team, and you have to slowly defeat them. Obviously, if you use the same 3 people, you'll get to know their special abilities and special moves, so you'll do a bit better than I am. But once I've got this guy down, he's then got two teammates I've got to try and get down. There we are. So I've got the first guy down of his team. So then she's the next one. And I'm not taking any of it from this girl. Yep, kick her in the head. There we are. Anyway, this is SNK Arcade Classics. And as I say, it's got 2 or 3 decent fighters on, as well as a few other games. So I definitely think it's worth installing on your phone and using with the PPSSPP emulator. So this is a bit of a mouthful from Capcom, but it is Street Fighter Alpha 3 Max. So it's a bit of a name, but this is a classic take on the Street Fighter games. And this one has a huge fan base. It's super popular. And if you've never really played the Street Fighter games before, then this is a very good one to jump in on. So let's get through the titles and get into some gameplay. Okay, so I'm going to be Edmund Honda. And he's the strongest sumo grandmaster. I wonder what his special moves are. Probably sitting on them. I'm going to be playing against Jen, okay. Oh, there we go. It's good stuff, isn't it? Here we go. Yes. Yeah, my guy, I think he already feels quite powerful. My guy. Yeah. I thought his special move might be jumping on him. Go on, go on. Go on, you great big sumo. As you can see, the game runs absolutely perfect, and it's a lot of fun, this, I have to say. There's loads of characters. Oh, I gotta do him. That's his like special move, is this quick arm routine. Oh, damn, I think he's got me. Oh. It could go any way, but I got him. Cool, that was close. That was close. I do like the way in these games, like, yeah, you didn't have a chance, mate. So as you can see, this is a lot of fun. This is Street Fighter Alpha 3 Max. Right, one more to show you. Okay, so the last game we'll have a look at, beat 'em up wise, is this one, Tekken VI. And, you know, if you've ever played the Tekken games, you just know how fantastically cool they are. They really, really are great, these. They come recommended. Let's choose who we're going to have. Jack 6, okay. Let's create a little profile. What should we do? Should we start with story mode? Yeah. Let's just see how we get on. King of the Iron Fist tournament, so that's what we're playing through. And if you've ever played the Tekken, one of the ideas is to play through the story on all the different characters. Ever since the days of Tekken 3 on the first PlayStation, I've always loved the Tekken games. So let's see how this one plays. My character, I wouldn't say looks the greatest. Look at her, she can take her head off. But I tell you what, each punch on this is quite satisfying. You can sort of feel it. One thing I'm not sure if you are aware, but with the PPSSPP emulator, you are able to turn on rumble mode. So if a game actually had an original rumble on it, you can turn that on and that will be emulated on your phone, which is pretty darn cool. So just to recap, I'm using the Samsung S10 Plus for my Android device. Although any sort of phone from the last 3 years will handle the emulator PPSSPP with ease. Obviously, the greater the spec the phone, the easier job it's going to have of emulating all these different PSP games. I'm using this retractable controller, which is the iPega Red Knight controller. I'll put a link for you to pick one up on Amazon or eBay in the description below. It does come highly recommended. I absolutely love it. It's really small. You can pop it into a bag, particularly if you're traveling. The battery on it lasts for ages. I think I'm getting at least 12 hours battery out of it. Probably that if it's fully charged, it'll outlast the battery of your phone. And that comes recommended as well. And if you have enjoyed this top 5 beat 'em ups to play on your PPSSPP, I do have lots of other PPSSPP content on my channel. I shall link to them in a moment, but I'm doing top 5s of beat 'em ups, driving games, puzzle games, Lego games. I've got loads of these are the games that I'm loving to play on this system because it's just so good. Do consider subscribing for regular PPSSPP content. And thanks very much for watching, and I will look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.